Welcome back to Dragon Age Origins, my friends. Here we are with Aroden. Last episode we left the Dalish. Duncan let us know about a cure, and the only way for us to cure our, I guess, Blight sickness is to become a Grey Warden. So our clan pretty much sent us away. We were not able to find Tamlin, and now we are here at Ostagar to break the forces of the Darkspawn, since the Darkspawn are invading Aroden. So supposedly this is a good choke point for Darkspawn. So with that being said, let's go around and I guess loot everything and talk to everyone, touch base with what the hell's going on in Ostagar. We know that the king himself is, I wouldn't call him a buffoon, but he's quite an energetic one, and he reminded me of a child. But I guess that's not a bad thing with his sense of humor. So he didn't really seem to take the Darkspawn serious, and Duncan kind of wants him to wait for reinforcements from Orlais before he, I guess, goes off and charges the Darkspawn, which that's kind of what he wants to do. So anyways, let's go ahead and loot. And I'm just going to get everything, man. Screw it. I can't get into this chest. I might be able to...
As you wish.
I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to get in the chest with, Davith. Now that we have the respec potion, I can kind of, look his stats up. And even so, I believe you can probably still do it, even if you can't respec him, like on console. I remember being able to do it at one point in time. But... yeah, so, our clan itself is moving to the north. That's what they were saying.
Today, two units of men arrived every hour, and they expect to double that tomorrow. Still, the Terran worries that may not be enough.
Yeah, probably won't be enough, bub. Supposedly they're moving to the north, and maybe they'll come up later on. No spoilers, but yeah, maybe they'll come up. Hey.
The Tower of Ishal is off limits. The men stationed inside are securing it now.
So, what is the Tower of Ishal?
I think they used it once to watch for wilders coming out of the forest.
Why is the tower off limits, exactly?
By orders of Terran Loghain. The tower is being secured by his men to be used during battle. I'm told they discovered some lower chambers, and they don't know how far down they go, so for now, everyone's to stay out.
Alright, so, yeah, lower chambers.
I didn't see anything like that when I was there, but who knows?
This is a pretty big, ruin.
Goes back to the time of the Tevinter Imperium. Dwarven make. That's probably why it's still standing.
Okay, well, he's short, easy, and to the point.
Make her speed your steps.
Take it easy, my man. Let's get to the other side with Duncan. Let's see. Hold on, let's look at the map. Whoa. Yeah, let's wait till we get to the other side, I guess. Oh, so what I did do... hold on. You know, I guess I gotta show you guys. So I did end up restarting the... I went back to a save and went all the way back to where Tamlin was still alive. But, I had to go back to a save and redo it, and all the Valaceline ended up being on everyone's face again. So whatever that was, that forceful putting the mod into the game thing, definitely would have screwed us up going forward. So it was good that we went back. But when I went back, I actually believe I got the same amount of money. But hold on. What I did do is just, instead of giving us this ability shield block, I gave us shield pummel. It doesn't matter because we're about to respec anyway and get rid of the
Hail, you must be the Grey Warden recruit that Duncan brought.
Good evening. Or, I guess morning.
This place hasn't seen such bustle in centuries, I'll wager. Need a hand getting anywhere?
Duncan's tent. Where is it?
Not far. It's straight ahead, just past the royal encampment. Most of your fellas are in the valley with the army, but the recruits seem to be staying up here for now.
I'm looking for a Grey Warden named Alistar.
Try heading north. I think he was sent with a message to the mages.
What do you know about Ostagar?
Used to be a fortress long time ago, so I understand. Back in the days when the Wilders used to invade the lowlands. You were just on the eastern side of the ruin. The Tower of Ishal is there, but Terran Loghain's closed it off until the battle. This side is the King's camp. We've got the Grey Wardens here, the Circle of Magi, the Chantry. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting somebody important.
So, is there anywhere to get supplies?
Quartermaster, he's just a bit to the northwest.
Where is King Kalen?
Probably in his tent. He and Tairn Loghain are on the southwest side of the camp. The king likes to spend time with his soldiers, though. Sometimes even without his bodyguards. Drives Tairn Loghain wild, that does.
I'm sure it does. Loghain's a bit uptight. It's cool because I finally did read the books and everything, and I highly encourage you guys to read the books. So this playthrough, since I finally actually read the books, I'm going to look at stuff a bit different, specifically with Loghain, because he's a pretty amazing character in that first book. The Stolen Throne? Amazing. You guys need to do it. If you don't like reading, get the audiobook. It's just as good. Okay, so the Circle of Magi is here.
A few mages, yes. They even brought those creepy quiet fellows, the Tranquil. Gives me the shivers when they talk, all cold and even. They're to the north of here, bunched up with a herd of Templars glaring at them. Can't miss it.
Do I hear dogs barking?
This is Ferelden, isn't it? The king has his kennels on the west side of camp. Stinks from all the hounds. These aren't cute puppies, though. Some of those dogs bite the darkspawn and get too much of that blood in them. It's like poison. Slow, painful death. Terrible.
So, let me ask you something else.
Go on, then.
I should go.
Good luck to you, then.
Let me ask you something else. Alright, I should go. Let's go, what do you say Alistair was on? Let's look at the map. Okay, so we're here. There's Alistair, what is this? Kennel Master. We're gonna make our way up to Alistair first. It's good to get Alistair first because I believe he can get some approval if you actually wait and then go around talking to people. Hey, what the hell's going on here?
The mages must not be interrupted. Their spirits are in the Fade.
Look at them. What are they even doing in there? The Fade?
The Fade is the realm of dreams and the land of the dead, or so the mages tell us. Regardless, they are not to be disturbed, not even by Grey Wardens.
Well, as you wish. So, if they're in the Fade, I always thought like when you go into the Fade, your body kind of slumps over and you're kind of sleeping. But these guys are just wheeling and dealing some kind of ice storm magic. Anyways, let's go.
We stand here in this hour.
Hey, Win.
Folk of Ferelden, and we contemplate
What's
the
she got
death
going on?
that may await. Death is no failure, my friends. Should it find you, you will not have failed your king. You will have served your maker. Die in this battle, and when you stand before the Maker in the land beyond the Fade, he shall not find you wanting. Go not into death gladly, but with the knowledge that evil has been held at bay by your spilled blood. And if you go to stand beside the Maker, go with our blessing.
Okay.
For you shall not be forgotten.
You know, I have...
Friends, let us bow our heads and remember those who have fallen and those who have yet to fall.
I have yet to come up with a solution what I'm going to do with Aroden. I don't specifically want to play him like, if anyone's familiar with at least some of the Inquisition stuff that we did, I don't really want to play him like Zane. Zane was very... What's the word? He was very open with the Chantry humans. It's like he wanted to believe in both sides, the Chantry side, the human makers, and he wanted to believe in his own stuff. I don't know if I'm going to go down that route. Obviously, we're going to give people the benefit of the doubt. You know, with Kaelin, we're not going to start a row when we first come in and say we're, you know, screw you, you're no lord of mine, and start a row with the king.
I think it's wonderful you became a Grey Warden.
Hey, you too, Cullen. Elf Cullen.
I'm sorry, but there's so much to do before the battle.
Hey.
I must attend to my duties or I'll
elves
get
could
the
join the
switch.
Grey Wardens.
Amazing.
We're probably not going to buy into the Chantry stuff and the, you know,
Well met.
the Maker stuff. I mean, we're not going to mock their gods, obviously, but I don't think we're going to be buying into the praising and shite like that. Anyways. Well, let's get up here and talk to Alistair. See what he's got going on.
What is it now? Haven't Grey Wardens asked more than enough of the Circle?
I simply came to deliver a message from the revered mother, Sir Mage. She desires your presence.
What her reverence desires is of no concern to me. I am busy helping the Grey Wardens, by the King's orders, I might add.
Should I have asked her to write a note?
Tell her I will not be harassed in this manner.
Yes, I was harassing you by delivering a message.
Your glibness does you no credit.
Here I thought we were getting along so well. I was even going to name one of my children after you. The Grumpy One.
Enough. I will speak to the woman if I must. Get out of my way, fool.
You know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together.
Well, I guess I know exactly what you mean, considering if the Blight never showed up, we would never be here either. We would just be frolicking around in the forest, you know, probably with Meryl. And the rest of the bunch. Yeah, so I know exactly what you mean.
It's like a party. We could all stand in a circle and hold hands. That would give the Darkspawn something to think about. Wait, we haven't met, have we? I don't suppose you happen to be another mage?
I am indeed no mage.
Less being yelled at for me then. Though the day is still young. Wait, I do know who you are. You're Duncan's new recruit. The Dalish. I should have recognized you right away. I apologize.
Well. And you must be Alistair.
Did Duncan mention me? Nothing bad, I hope. As the junior member of the Order, I'll be accompanying you when you prepare for the joining.
Well, pleased to meet you. My name is Aroden.
Right, that was the name. So I'm curious. Have you ever actually encountered Darkspawn before?
Yeah, just recently, in fact.
I've only fought them once up close. And that was before the battles here started, which Duncan has kept me out of so far. Tell me, did you find them as monstrous as I did?
Hideous, dangerous, but killable. They also stink quite a bit.
You'll be at an advantage then. Most new recruits have never even seen Darkspawn. Anyhow, whenever you're ready, let's get back to Duncan. I imagine he's eager to get things started.
You know what I don't understand, my friends? Hear me out. Why exactly were the Darkspawn after that mirror? Or what the hell was that mirror there for? Now, we're gonna wait. We're not gonna go too far ahead. But if my memory works as good as it does sometimes, I'm thinking that mirror was a link to a DLC, wasn't it? It was, that mirror was behind a boss in the Witch Hunt DLC, if I'm not mistaken. Something on the lines of that. I can't remember why exactly they were after that mirror, or maybe they found that connection in the deep roads and that led to the cave. It's kind of confusing, but I don't know. Let me know. Hey, so the argument I saw, what was that about?
With the mage. The circle is here at the king's request, and the Chantry doesn't like that one bit. They just love letting mages know how unwelcome they are, which puts me in a bit of an awkward position. I was once a Templar.
So all we really know about Templars is, obviously, I mean, we would know about them. So, you were a mage hunter. I mean, at this point, the Dalish probably only think that Templars do is hunt mages, obviously. We don't know much about them. So yeah.
Not that that's all Templars do, but yes, the Chantry raised me until Duncan recruited me 6 months ago. I'm sure the revered mother meant it as an insult, sending me as her messenger, and the mage picked right up on that. I never would have agreed to deliver it, but Duncan says we're all to cooperate and get along. Apparently they didn't get the same speech.
Well, I'm sure many mages, or many Templars, and all the rest of them can be like that. So, what about the other recruits?
Davith and Sir Jory are here in the camp. Have you met them?
No, definitely not.
Keep an eye out, maybe we'll see one of them.
Well, I guess I look forward to traveling with you then, strange human.
You do? Huh, that's a switch. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, lead on.
In fact, I do have a shite ton of questions I gotta ask.
Yes?
Okay, so Tell me a little about yourself.
As I said, I was trained as a Templar before Duncan recruited me about 6 months ago. The Chantry raised me, and becoming a Templar was a decision made for me a long time ago. Duncan saw I wasn't happy, and figured my training against mages could double for fighting Darkspawn. Now, here I stand, a proud Grey Warden. The Grand Cleric wouldn't have let me go if Duncan never forced the issue. I'll always be grateful to him.
So, I'm guessing you didn't want to join the Chantry.
It just wasn't for me. I believe in the Maker well enough, but I never wanted to devote my life to the Chantry.
Well, you speak fondly of Duncan. I mean, Duncan is a good dude, man. He brought us out. We'd be dead on the ground right outside the cave.
I spent years in that Chantry, hopelessly resigned to my fate. Duncan was the first person who cared what I wanted. He risked a lot of trouble with the Grand Cleric to help me.
Speaking of Duncan, the second book, that book is a lot about Duncan. I can't even remember the damn name of the book now. It's just not on the... It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember it. The Calling? Is that what it's called? Anyways, Duncan is young in them books, and obviously, he's very different from what he is now. So you guys, just read it. I'm not a walking advertisement. Just read them damn books. I'm telling you, it's worth it. Anyways, maybe Duncan thought you'd be useful, pal.
Or maybe he just happens to be a good man.
Ooh, sore spot. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. You don't really have to accompany me, do you? But let me ask you something else.
What about?
Tell me about the Grey Wardens. Obviously, we don't know shite about the Grey Wardens.
So I imagine. What would you like to know?
What makes you all so special? And just be the armor.
The Grey Wardens are warriors without equal. Darkspawn threatened to destroy the world 4 times over. Each time, the Grey Wardens led mankind to victory. Nobody knows more about Darkspawn, and nobody's better equipped to deal with them. You'll see. Trust me.
Okay, so they're knights, heroes. What are they?
I don't know if I'd go that far. Duncan says the Grey Wardens do whatever is necessary to protect mankind from Darkspawn. That means some pretty extreme things. Whatever it takes to bring victory.
So, I'm not sure I know anything about the Grey Wardens. Obviously, we know that they're from ballads or stories, whatever the Keepers shared with us, that we know that they're heroes. That's about it.
Well, let's see. Surely you've heard of Weishaupt Fortress? The great eyrie carved into the White Cliffs far off in the Anderfels? That's where the Grey Wardens once kept their griffins. The griffins died out, however, and our numbers have dwindled since the last Blight. There's only a handful left in Ferelden. A few more in other nations.
So where are all the Grey Wardens now? It seems to be you and Duncan, and the other recruits.
The others are camped with the King's soldiers in the valley. The King's given us a position of honor at the vanguard, despite our small numbers. I think Kalen is actually excited to ride into battle with us. Maybe he thinks that's what his father would have done.
So the Grey Wardens had the right to recruit anyone. That's the way I'm, kind of taking this in at the moment. Is that true?
King Marek, Kalen's father, reaffirmed the power the Grey Wardens were given during the Blights. In practice, we can't conscript too often without hurting our cause. We were exiled from Ferelden once. Best not to let that happen again.
Obviously. So, another thing. The Grey Wardens are obviously my favorite faction in this game. Regardless of what happens in other games and whatnot, I still will forever have a soft spot for Grey Wardens. Especially, I mean, you're getting introduced to Dragon Age, the first game. This is the first huge faction that you join, and obviously you and Alistair, the stuff that you guys go through in the game itself, how could you not love the Grey Wardens, you know? They have a dark history, dark past, dark future, obviously, but you just still gotta love them. You gotta sympathize.
You want to ask me about something else?
Damn right I do. Tell me about this Blight Duncan mentioned.
Of course.
So, what is a Blight? Where did Darkspawn come from?
You want the Chantry's version or the truth?
They aren't the same?
They seldom are.
Well, give me the truth then.
The truth is, we don't really know. They come up from the ground, and that's as far as we've gotten.
Well, what's the Chantry's version then?
According to the Chant of Light, the Maker imprisoned the old gods underground long ago, as punishment for tricking mankind into worshipping them. The old gods still whispered to some men, and taught them magic. These men became the Magisters of the Tevinter Empire. The Magisters used their gift to enter the Golden City, tainting it and themselves. They were cast out by the Maker, and became the first Darkspawn. They fled underground, bringing their taint to their gods. The tainted old gods were the archdemons who rose from their prisons and led the Darkspawn against the world.
So, that was the first Blight?
Yes, and it nearly wiped us out. When defeated, the Darkspawn flee back underground and seek out another old god to taint, thus bringing another Blight.
So where is this archdemon for this Blight?
We haven't seen it yet. People are beginning to think this is just an unusually large Darkspawn raid without an archdemon to unify them. But seriously, the archdemon could be in the wilds or underground. It could be hiding. Just because it hasn't shown itself doesn't mean it isn't out there.
Why not simply kill the Darkspawn when they're underground?
They've controlled the deep roads ever since they defeated the Dwarven kingdoms. Even if we invaded, we can only chase them so far.
What is an archdemon exactly?
The old gods were dragons, so the stories say. Big ones. Intelligent, even. The Tevinter Empire had big statues of them. Each dragon had a name and a place in the cosmos. It's all very intricate. The archdemons may not be the old gods, but they're definitely dragons.
So why are so many people skeptical about this Blight?
The Grey Wardens killed so many Darkspawn by the end of the last Blight. People decided they were gone for good.
Well, let me ask you something else.
Of course.
So how exactly do Grey Wardens defeat Blights?
We chop off the snake's head. It's the only way.
Oh.
According to texts, the most famous Grey Warden leader, Garahel, killed the Archdemon Underarl in personal combat at the Battle of Aesley to end the last Blight. Without the Archdemon to command them, the Darkspawn flee back underground.
Well, that makes sense. Take out the leader and they all crumble. Okay, so how did anyone even know about this Blight?
The Grey Wardens keep watch. We feel the Darkspawn when they come. You'll understand after the joining, if you... well, you'll understand. Not to mention people start to notice when Darkspawn pour out of the wilds and taint everything around them. Just a guess.
Hiding something. Okay, well, just how many Darkspawn are out there?
Thousands. Tens of thousands. They've had centuries to build up their numbers.
Let me ask you something else.
You want to ask me about something else?
Yes, I want to ask you about something else. Okay, tell me about Duncan.
Duncan is the leader of the Grey Wardens in Ferelden, which he would say doesn't mean much, as there aren't many of us here. Yet, beyond that, he's a good man. A good judge of character. I owe him a lot. What about you? What do you think of him?
I mean, I owe him as well. He saved us, so... yeah, I owe him as well.
That sounds familiar. He's done the best he can with what little he has. And that includes me, I guess. You want to ask me about something else?
Alright, tell me about the joining ritual.
I wish I could tell you more. Maybe ask me again after Duncan speaks to you about it. You want to ask me about something else?
Okay. Well, this upcoming battle.
The one tomorrow. I'll tell you. It's Tairn Loghain we should be looking to win it, not the king. Kaelin just wants his place in history. The Tairn is planning the strategy. That's my opinion, anyway. I guess I should be thankful the king favors us Grey Wardens. but I know who's keeping the lid on the pot.
So how much will I be participating?
You know, that's a good question. The other Grey Wardens are riding into battle with the king. I don't know if you'll be with them.
Why is it happening here, of all places?
We're at the edge of the Korkari Wilds, the eye of the Blight storm, right where the Horde will be coming. Ostagar itself is an excellent defensive position. The Wilders were pushed back from here time and again in ancient days.
Okay, so... what are the odds? Well, what's the chances of success?
I'm sure Teyrn Loghain has the battle planned to the last detail. Still, no Blight has ever been defeated with so little cost.
What if we fail?
If we don't break the Horde here, Duncan says it will spread until it engulfs all of Ferelden. Then it will take an alliance of nations to fight it, which would be bad. Neither the king nor the Teyrn really seems to believe this is a real Blight, however.
Okay, that's all I want to know.
You want to ask me about something else?
I have no more questions.
Then let's get a move on, shall we?
Alright, well, Alistair is done. We have him on board with us. Let's see if we can even... are we even able to wear this? Because... you're about to relinquish that, bub. Let's see. We can wear the helmet, finally. Well, that's beautiful. Well, we can wear the shield too. That's good. I guess that's better than what we have. Wait. Increases... okay. I was about to say, I thought it said decreases hostility. I was about to be a little upset about that. So that helmet is Alistair's, but... you know, we're going to take it right now. Because he's not really the tank. And we're really going to need it. Let's put the Dalish longbow on him. We can't really give him another sword right now. That's fine. Not going to take his sword. Alright. Let's get started. We just talked to Alistair. Let's go ahead and make our rounds around camp real quick. Let's talk to this gentleman. Hey, bub.
Welcome, young man. I am one of the Tranquil, my friend. I am of the Circle of Magi. But instead of casting spells and reading tomes, I spend my time enchanting. It is a time-consuming process, but invaluable. Enchantment provides the Circle its wealth. Certainly we would not get by on charity.
You speak very strangely. Why is that?
Allow me to put it this way. Do you know why those with magical talent are feared?
I guess because magic is powerful and dangerous.
It is dangerous beyond its power. Those with magical talent attract demons and spirits. We can be possessed easily and thus become horrors known as abominations. Even those with minor talents attract hungry spirits. Anyone with the power may learn blood magic from these demons. Hence, we are considered dangerous. This is our curse. Thus, I was made tranquil, stripped of emotions and talent. I am no longer dangerous.
Well, I don't really think they should make all mages tranquil. How is someone made tranquil?
Our forehead is branded with magic, which stills our talent and mind. The process is irreversible as far as I am aware.
It sounds like a horrid practice.
It might seem such to you, but I feel no horror. I am content to serve in my role.
Well, I feel badly for you then.
You do? I feel nothing. As the name suggests, my existence is quite peaceful. I am alive, productive, and no danger to anyone. Surely that is not a terrible thing. Perhaps we may speak of something else. Do you need assistance?
As long as he's content, I guess, but I still don't condone that shit. So, what is enchantment, exactly?
It is the practice of folding magical lyrium into items first practiced by the dwarves. The Tranquil have learned their runes, and we use them to apply a variety of magical effects. We create the glow lights, as well as the magic staff, or the flaming blade. The irony, perhaps, is that it is our very disconnection to our former talents that allows the Tranquil to work with lyrium so. A true mage could not.
So, what sorts of enchantments are there?
Runes exist that hold the power of the elements that increase strength or swiftness. Almost any spell can be given permanency, given enough skill and lyrium. Naturally, the greater the power required, the more expensive the rune will become to create. True power comes with a price, as we know only too well.
Indeed. Alright there, enchantment boy. Take it easy.
Goodbye.
The Tranquil. What do you say? Let's talk to Davith.
So, any last wishes I can help fulfill before you head into battle? Life is fleeting, you know. That pretty face could be decorating some darkspawn spear this time tomorrow. Shall I take that quiet glare as a no? Oh, well, too bad.
She wasn't having that, big guy.
Well, you're not what I thought you'd be.
What did you think I'd be?
Not an elf, yet here you are. The name's Davith. It's about bloody time you came along. I was beginning to think they cooked this ritual up just for our benefit.
Hey, maybe they did.
Just to give us a good scare? No, they don't really seem the type. I happened to be sneaking around camp last night, see, and I heard a couple of Grey Wardens talking. So, I listened in for a bit. I'm thinking they plan to send us into the wilds.
So, well, obviously we know about the wilds. We're Dalish. Why would we not know? So what? Wouldn't frighten me.
Cannibals, beasts, witches, and now darkspawn. What isn't to be scared of? It's all too secretive for me. Makes my nose twitch. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Like we have a choice.
Well, I'll watch your back if you watch mine there, Shemlin.
I suppose I could do that. Anyway, I expect it's time to get back to Duncan. That's where I'll be if you need me for anything.
Take it easy, Shem. Let's go talk to this Shemlin. Hey, what's up, bub?
You there, elf. Where's my armor? And why are you dressed so preposterously?
How dare you address me so, you human scum?
What? You're the one who arrived with the Grey Warden. Please, forgive my rudeness. There are so many elves running about, and I've been waiting for... It's simply been so hectic. I never thought... But please, pardon my terrible manners. I am just the quartermaster, a simple man. No one special.
What do you say we kill him? I'm just playing. Perhaps you should treat your servants more kindly there, Shem.
Yes, of course, you're very right. Did you come for some supplies, perhaps?
What kind of supplies do you even have?
Arms and armor, for the most part. It's for the King's men, but you Grey Wardens can buy what you need for a modest price. I also have some goods on the side I can provide. Strictly off the record, of course, to keep morale up, you understand.
Sure. Let me see what you got.
Let me know what you'd like.
I'd like a bunch of stuff. Unlimited money for one. Well, okay, we still got the Dalish. Let's sell... Man, I kind of want to keep this clan shield for memories, but should I keep it? Let's just sell this. There's no reason to keep it. I mean, I guess we could keep it. Let's just keep it. We'll put it in our chests. Our chests. get rid of that. Let's... kind of want some potions, but I won't spend all the money for it right now. Let's check his other goods, though. Hey.
Hello again. Is there something you need? Some supplies, perhaps?
Let me see your other goods.
So long as you keep it quiet.
Battle axe. A bunch of heavy armor. Oh, that would come in handy. Let's just go.
As you wish.
See if we can talk to a few more people before we head out, because damn, we didn't do anything this episode, my friends. The only thing we did was get Alistair here. Let's...
In the name of Andraste, I bless you today. May you find favor in the Maker's eyes. So let it be.
Jory?
Greetings. You must be the third recruit we've heard about.
You've heard about me?
Not a great deal. We've been waiting for your arrival, though. Sir Jory is my name. I hail from Redcliffe, where I served as knight under the command of Arlayman. I wasn't aware elves could join the Grey Wardens. Those camped in the valley are all human.
Maybe they need to start letting fewer humans in then.
I did not mean to offend you. Clearly your skills have impressed Duncan. I hope we're both lucky enough to eventually join the Wardens. Is it not thrilling to be given that chance?
Well, I guess yes, I'm looking forward to it.
I fought hard to get here. Impressing Duncan was not easy. Tell me, has anyone told you what this joining ritual entails?
To be honest with you, the only thing we know is that it's a big secret, apparently. We don't really know much else.
I never heard of such a ritual. I had no idea there were more tests after getting recruited. I suppose since you're finally here, I'd best get back to Duncan. I shall see you there.
Alright there. Take it easy, Jory. Talk to this guy.
The Orlesian Grey Wardens would be a great support in the coming battle.
Aroden can defeat these things.
Welcome to the King's camp.
We need no Orlesian charity.
Huh. Never wise to turn away help when it's offering. Especially when it's your country at stake. So, that's just dumb. Hey.
Ah, I suspect you are one of the new Grey Wardens. Will you accept the Maker's blessing?
You administer blessings to elves, do you?
I merely pass on the Maker's blessings. He looks kindly on all who will receive him.
Does he destroy the homeland of those who will not?
I'll not discuss politics here. Take your hatred and be gone.
Well, toodles.
Out of my sight, heathen. I must perform the Maker's work for those who appreciate it.
Whatever. You zealous bee. Okay, let's talk to... Hey. Can't talk to him. Let's talk to this naked guy.
Huh. Someone finally comes and talks to the lone prisoner. I don't suppose you've come to sentence me?
No.
I don't suppose you have a bit of kindness in you? All I want is food and water. They haven't fed me since I was locked up and I'm starving.
Why don't you, go ahead and tell me why you're in there first?
I'm a deserter. Or so they think. I bet there's no arguing them out of it, though. Armies are funny that way.
So did you desert?
I wasn't deserting. But when you catch someone sneaking around camp in the middle of the night, what else are you gonna think? Does it matter? All I want is a bit of food and water.
So if you weren't deserting, why were you sneaking around camp? You ruffian?
Oh, I would have deserted eventually. Just not then. I was stealing, not sneaking out of the camp. I got one of those wizards drunk and took his key. It belongs to a chest they got here, full of magical treasures. In fact, I still have it. I can't use it from here, but I'd trade you for some food and water.
You ever wonder why he's like covered in blood? I guess it's just symbolizing that the guards and whoever else is whipping the shit out of him, beating the hell out of him, I guess. Yeah, has to be. Either that or some interesting camouflage. So, they didn't find the key when you were arrested?
I swallowed it. But it's, come back into my possession since then, so to speak.
Yeah. That's quite disgusting there.
And an excellent party trick, I'll bet.
Right?
Yeah, well... Do you want the key or not?
Go ahead and swallow that. Look at this magic trick I can do. Boop. Nice little plop, and hey, Shiny key. Alright, that was a bit much. Anyways, I'll see what I can do, bub.
Just ask my guard for his. He's still got some dinner. I saw him put it in his coat.
Let's go charm this guy out of his last meal.
Lucky dog. You Grey Wardens get to ride with the king while I'm left with the drudgery of guarding this deserter. They should have just hanged him. Put his head on a pike as an example.
So, who is this guy exactly?
They say he was recruited before the war up in Dinnerham. Probably figured he'd never have to fight if he served the king, right?
Yeah, I've seen some people like that. In RL. Anyways, why you think he won't desert?
Why does anyone want to desert? Because he thinks he's going to die and he's a bloody coward, that's why. Either that or he's been listening to a bunch of hogwash about how the Darkspawn will drag you off and eat you.
Okay, well it seems a waste for you to guard him all day when you got all these goddamn Darkspawn sitting there knocking down your guy's door. Put him in some armor and throw his ass out there.
I can't just let him go, can I? The army will figure out what to do with him. Probably just waiting for someone important to make a decision. Then they'll hang him, I expect. And I can go and do something else.
Dumb politics. Well, you know, I had a chat with him recently. He's quite the magician. Maybe you should talk to him yourself.
Don't expect it was an enlightening conversation.
To be honest with you, it was actually quite it was quite enlightening. He claims he wasn't deserting.
What a surprise. Another innocent prisoner. Anyway, it's not for me to say. He'll get his day to plead his case, or he won't. It's all the same to me.
So, yeah. Food and water. That poor guy asked for some.
Did he now? Since nobody sends me nothing to feed him with, the only way we'll get that is if I give him mine.
So you lose a bit of pounds. I mean, look at your double chin. It's fine. It's all good, man. You'll be fine. So you miss one meal. This man could be hanged soon.
All right, all right. I guess the poor fella could stand to have one meal in his belly before he hangs. Don't know why you care. I had nothing to do with it, though. If anyone asks why he's burping, I'm gonna say it was you. Just so you know.
Why would they even care if the man was burping? I mean, anybody... Oh my god. Alright, this, I swear, this game has... It just cracks me up. Hey, magician.
So? Brought me some food, have you? I'm so hungry I could faint dead away.
Alright, well don't faint yet until you give me that magical key. So, here's your food.
Much obliged. May Andraste herself rain blessings upon you. And, as I mentioned, here's the key. Use it in good health, huh?
Huh. Considering where that came from, let's hope we're not the only ones in good health.
Well, let's go dip it in some Darkspawn blood and burn off the taint that's on it. And I guess add another taint on it.
Let's get started.
Okay, what can we do now? I guess we can talk to... I know somebody over here you can talk to. Hey.
You need to convince them. We've got to run. The Darkspawn are coming.
You want to know something crazy, guys? This guy right here, the very first character I've ever made in this game, looked exactly like this guy, but just with black hair, I think. So crazy, right? Guess it brings back memories from the very first time I've actually made a correct character. It was a Kuzlin, obviously. Okay, so, hey. They're Grey Wardens here, you know?
The Grey Wardens will die. The King will die. We'll all die.
I apologize, Warden. He's been like this ever since they found him in the wilds.
What's wrong with him?
Aside from his wounds, we're not sure. His blood is untainted. He's just... terrified.
You can feel it, can't you? They taint the land, turn it black and sick. Oh, you can feel it inside. They'll come out of that forest and spread. Like caterpillars covering a tree. They'll swallow us whole.
That's quite enough out of you. You need to calm yourself, my good man.
They were everywhere. I saw them.
He's f***ing lost it. Alright, let's go down here and we'll probably... Let's talk to this guy real quick before we head out.
Hail.
you're one of Duncan's new recruits, correct? I can't let you through to the Korkari Wilds until he gives the word.
Why not?
The Korkari Wilds is a dangerous place, more so now that it crawls with darkspawn. They say the Great Blight began deep within its forests. One of our scouting patrols has been gone for 3 days. We're taking bets on who got them first, the darkspawn or the Witches of the Wilds.
Witches of the Wilds? I mean, we would obviously know about that, so... There were things other than darkspawn to watch out for.
Oh, sure. There's an old legend in these parts about Flemeth, the apostate sorceress who conquered this area centuries ago. She united the chasing barbarians and invaded the farmlands. That's when the great hero, Cormac, destroyed her army with his. Took her head right off, so they say. Her daughters survived and became the Witches of the Wild. Tales tell of them plaguing this area since, mostly superstitions, stealing babies and spoiling milk.
So why mention them if there's just superstition there?
Spend enough time here, you'll get an earful about those witches. Locals blame them for near everything. At any rate, that's why Duncan doesn't want you wandering out without his say-so.
Alright, bub. Let's go over here. There's one more thing I want to do before we head out. There's this elven dude. I want to get his sword. There he is.
You there, elf. What's your name?
It's Pick, sir.
Go tell Tern Loghain that the war party's ready to begin scouting. We'll send word if we find anything amiss.
Hello?
Hey.
I'm sorry, is there something you needed?
Pardon me, madam. What do you mean?
I deliver messages around the camp. You have a message for me?
Yeah, I most certainly do have a message for you.
Then what is... Oh, wait. Are you the one I'm supposed to give Sir Garland's sword to? Because I think the smith's done with it.
Damn right. Yeah, sure, definitely. You're definitely supposed to give me that sword. Please.
Oh, that's such a relief. You really saved me from the switch for sure. I'd best get back to my duties again before I get in more trouble.
Well, we probably got him in a lot of trouble, but hey. Whatever, Alistair needs another sword, or I need a sword. He can have my sword. Anyways, my friends, I am actually going to end the episode here. We touched base with at least more than half the people here. When we come back, we'll obviously head to Duncan. We'll go talk to the king, that side, win, and then we'll probably head to the wilds. We need to talk to this guy and the kennel master as well. So we got quite a little bit to do before we head into the wilds, but not fully. So anyways, y'all have a good one out there. Take it easy. Until next time, stay safe, my friends.